Hi travelers, it's Tara from Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm coming to you today. I'm going to try something new. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to work. I'm going to try to do 3 signs in one reading. This will cut down on the number of videos, so that will be your monthly. Pardon me, we have a lot of ragweed and pollen that's alive and kicking today, and so I'm a little raspy, and I apologize for that. 1 second, please. Now, sorry. I don't know if this is going to work, so we'll just see. I'm going to need your feedback from it. I do hope it does work, that the cards are going to cooperate with me. So I've decided today that I'm going to start with the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. We do have a, let's see, I think it's a partial solar eclipse on September 13th. That's, I think, the 12th through the 13th of September. That's just a few days before my birthday. My birthday is September 16th, and then the following day after my birthday, on the 17th, Mercury goes retrograde. So I'm hoping that this is going to work, and I can get, 4 videos loaded up, 4 videos for each of the different elements: air, fire, earth, and water, and get it done before the Mercury retrograde, because already my computer's giving me the blue screen of death, but I know what it's caused from. So after I finish this, I'm going to try to do a scan disc, a scan check, or check whatever it is, and see if I can repair the registry. So here we go. Again, this is going to be a general reading for the month of October for the earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Well, I can already tell you it's going to be something, because we got cards that are just jumping all over the place. You guys see that, right? I want to give a good shuffle on these because it's 3 signs in one. We're going to take a look at those later. I just kind of want to, I don't want to take them. I'm going to divide the cards in 3. I'm going to take this deck, and then we'll see what's on the bottom of that. I'm just going to lay them out 10 across. Oh, the Sun, the Hierophant, wow, Judgment, the 3 of Wands, and Temperance. See, I told you something was happening, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards just in the top row. The King of Wands, the 4 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. All right, let me take a look here. Now, oddly, and I say oddly, I say that probably a lot, I don't see any coins cards which would represent the earth sign people. Hmm. Just give me a moment here. Okay, what this spread is telling me is that a lot of us earth sign people, again, Tauruses, Virgos, and Capricorns, are coming through a huge spiritual cycle. Now, that's not to say the other elements aren't doing the same thing, but looking at the weight of the cards, we have the 4, and they all came out in the top row. We do know that we have a lot of planets in retrograde. Some of them are about to go direct station. So this could be planetary influences. We'll just see. Okay, what I have starting out is the Sun. This represents positivity, confidence, good luck, you know, the yes card from the universe. It is also a representative of a fire sign. So some of you earth sign people out there may be dealing with a fire sign person, or you may even have some fire in your chart, okay, that might be getting activated. The Hierophant, the teacher, the guru, the mentor, representing higher education, institutions, religion, marriages. A call, the Judgment. This is the card of rebirth, of perhaps announcements, legal issues. Justice didn't come out with it, but it could also have something to do with that. Perhaps you might be waiting on a judgment or settlement of some sort. The 3 of Wands, card of contemplation, foresight, planning, looking ahead. We're at the beginning stages of this. It's a 3 card, so there's still more work to be done on whatever this is. The Temperance card, we're being asked to heal our emotions. Can you see that? There's such a glare. Sorry about that. To heal our emotions, to maintain faith and hope, to become balanced in all aspects of our life. This is a card about healing and hope and faith. Somebody out there is dealing with the fire sign. One of us earth sign people. Somebody out here is dealing with the fire sign. This is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is typically your business person. They are of the fire sign of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or if it's not a person of that particular, it is someone who will embody the qualities, someone who is quick, who is sharp, who doesn't like to waste any time getting things done, who prefers to delegate rather than do, typically because they're so full of ideas and energy that they can't sit still long enough to do anything. So they're always, this is a person who makes quick decisions. They tend to be fair and balanced sometimes, and makes a really good father, even though he may work a lot all the time. Yeah? Okay. The 4 of Cups. This is the card of boredom, dissatisfaction, emotional discontent. Also, it to me represents someone offering you something, but you're not quite sure if you want to take it. It may not be as tempting as you think it is. So you're required to sit a moment, contemplate, and think about it. It could also just be the card of emotional withdrawal. Perhaps you just need to take a break right now. Next to that, we have the, excuse me, 10 of Wands. This is a card of taking on more than you can handle, feeling burdened, a lot of responsibilities. This typically is going to relate to perhaps your job, but you know, your job can also be, if you, let's say you're a housewife or you're a house husband, you know, that's work too. And most of the time, you know, housewives and house husbands don't get paid. So, you know, it could just be a taking on too much, more than your fair share, feeling burdened and overworked. Okay, but still trying to slog through. Sorry. Now, this card, for most readers, is the most dreaded card in the deck. It is more feared and hated than even the Tower, or the Eight of Swords, or the Nine of Swords, or the Ten of Swords. This card typically represents deception, deceit, lies, trickery, manipulation. It could even be spying and stalking. It could be gossip. It could be a lot of things. Now, I'm not sure how this is coming into play right now, but I would like to say that this card, I don't think, is always a negative card, and I think it gets a bad rap. And the reason why I say that is sometimes, you know, a situation may call for a little bit of, I don't know, deception and manipulation in order to get what you want. It just, I feel that it, you know, depending upon your motivation behind why you're being deceptive, why you may be telling little white lies, or why you may be omitting the truth, as long as it's not coming from a place of hatred, being mean, just typically being no good, then, you know, sometimes you have to do things in order to get your way. So the caution with this card is, if you are in a position to where you are being a little bit deceptive and manipulative, you know, just think about the consequences of what you're doing. And if you're coming from a place where you're really not being malicious behind it, you may just need a little time to yourself. So you're, you know, you're telling people, oh, you know, I'm really busy, you know, I don't have time right now, because you want to steal a little bit of time for yourself. In that case, that's not so bad. You know, we all tell little white lies here and there. But as I said, I don't know how this is coming into play at the moment. The Seven of Wands. This too is a card of delays, hassles, maybe petty arguments, disagreements, requiring you to, you know, stand your ground, stick to your beliefs, what you believe in, but also saying that you're also in a better place than you realize. Okay? And I can already tell you that these two cards are tied together. Now let me see what I have here. I'm kind of not feeling very well, so I'm just going to try to get through this, and we'll see. We are all feeling, I guess, somewhat rather optimistic, even if situations are not as we'd like them to be. I think we all have something to be grateful for if we just take the time to look. But there is this issue of something that's been offered to you, a job, a relationship, I don't know, something's been offered to you, and you're not quite sure. And I'm not reading this as if you're really not interested in whatever this thing has been offered to. I'm reading this as you're just not quite sure if you want to either deal with the circumstances, handle it, or maybe even you might have some doubt as to if you can actually do whatever this offer is, or be whatever this offer is, or be in whatever this offer is that's being offered to you. So in a sense, it's also relating back to this card. You're kind of just taking the time out to weigh up and think about whatever this thing is that's being offered to you. And this offer has been on offer for, you know, a little bit. You've got the Four Cups there, so this is not a page energy. It's not a 2. It's not a 3. This is a 4. So this is something. I'm going to say within the last, I'm going to say maybe month, here back to August, something has been on offer and you're kind of not sure about it. For some of you, it's going to be whether or not you wish to leave your job. Perhaps you've gotten an offer, or someone close to you has told you about a position or something that has become open, because where you are now, you're feeling really overworked, really burdened, kind of like you're at the end of your rope. And you're trying to weigh up and decide whether or not you want to move from wherever you are now to this new place. The message that I'm getting is that it's kind of like you're thinking, you know, I don't know if I need to stay with the devil I know or go to a new devil. Okay. There is a decision to be made about this. Some of you perhaps are waiting to hear. You've already made the decision to accept this offer. You have not heard back from them yet. So this is why you're waiting to hear a decision or word, some type of news, message, fax, phone call, email, something, some kind of news, okay, that's going to herald something, a change, a rebirth. This is what you're keeping your eye out on. For those of you dealing with the fire sign person, and it could be male or female, I feel that you are having some issues within your marriage. Where you're feeling very overworked and very burdened in the relationship. I feel that there is some deception and lying and trickery and manipulation going on, and it's causing you a lot of petty hassles. You're arguing a lot, fighting a lot, perhaps even in front of the kids. Give me a minute, because there's something else coming in. This could even be over someone stepping outside of the relationship. This is where that 3 is coming in. It could represent 3 people have now entered into the relationship. For those of you who find yourself in that situation, I think you're kind of, you see the writing on the wall. Some of you are not willing to accept it. You're not willing to accept it. Others of you know the writing's on the wall. You've seen it. And you're keeping your eye out on perhaps what your next move should be. I do feel perhaps that for some of you, this may lead to a divorce or separation. You have these 2 cards together. If this happens, there's going to be a lot of nasty fighting. So just try to prepare yourself. You know, I've been through a divorce, and luckily I didn't have children. We did have property, but it was easier for me to just walk away, and I didn't take anything because I just wanted to leave. I pulled a Tina Turner. So, you know, just be prepared, but know that on whichever side of this that you fall, you are in a better position than you know. The cards are saying to me that you really need to curb the fighting in front of the children, because they are listening. You are giving them messages that are not good, that will come back to affect them later in life. And, you know, as parents, we mean well, but sometimes we can really screw our kids up, scar them for life. So to kind of watch that and be vigilant about it. Um, whatever work situation someone is finding themselves in where they're feeling worked and overburdened, I feel that it is also, you're looking out. Um, but I get the sense with this, you're kind of like, I just need to tough it out a little while longer. I just need to tough it out a little while longer. If that's the case, I want to say to you that perhaps, you know, you need to, if you're having a lot of familial obligations, if you're in that, or people are depending on you, try to find a little time for yourself so that you can rest and recuperate and heal. Okay. That would be your best option. When you are like this, you really can't be very effective in any area of your life. Oh, that's wrong. Whatever this is, whatever this is, and whatever this is, for any of you earth signs out there, we're starting out the month of October kind of good. It looks like it's going to be slightly rocky for some of us. But remain balanced, maintain hope, and keep your eye on the prize or the goal. Okay, now what I want to see are these three cards that fell out. Well, the devil. Now we saw him for the September reading, didn't we? Or Virgos. A couple other people did too. The Knight of Pentacles. There's our work card. The Knight of Cups. There's our relationship card. What I find to be interesting about these three cards falling out is that even though when I initially opened the spread, I said I don't see anything that has to do with work. I really didn't see anything that had to do with love, but there were a few cards that kind of told me I was looking at both things. I was kind of struggling there for a minute to really pull the messages out, but now it's all become very clear. For those of you, you really are seeking something new in your work, something fresh perhaps. It may not just be that you want to leave your job. Maybe you like your job, but maybe you've become bored with your job, but you still like the area in which you're working in, whatever field that is. Some of you may be thinking about striking it out on your own. If that's the case, I would be very cautious about revealing plans, telling anybody anything about what's going on, because again, with this devil card, somebody around you is acting as your friend, but they're not. Now, I'm not bringing the Sabila cards out on this, so I just want you to be cautious and careful that there's somebody around you that doesn't mean you well. They don't mean you good, okay? So keep that in mind. Keep your ideas to yourself. You know, jot them down in a notebook. Speak on your voice recorder on your device, whatever it is you got to do, so that you can get, when you get those eureka moments, you can save them and you know, keep them. For those of you dealing with a romantic situation, this goes back to what I was saying about this fire sign person here. Where is he? There he is. This fire sign person. And again, this doesn't have to be a male. It could be male or female. But this person is really, really, really trying your patience. And I think that you have really had enough. I think that you already know what the situation is. I think you've been fighting and trying to stand your ground for far too long. And I think you're just kind of tired and you're ready to throw in the towel. So This could indeed herald a separation or divorce. Now, if you're not the one who wants a divorce, then I will tell you that this fire sign person is preparing to rid themselves of you. And I don't mean like the Sopranos where they'll kill you, but they're trying to figure out a way to get rid of you. So I want you to get a heads up on that. Just giving you a heads up. I don't like to bring bad news. I just don't. But by the same token, I want to give you, this is the third message. The devil is not always a negative thing, okay? It's not always a negative thing. It can be. But sometimes the devil is all about those things that we indulge in, that we enjoy. So for those of you who are not having any issues in their romantic life or their work life, this could be a message about becoming more in tune with your spirituality. Perhaps you need to do that. It is on offer. Now is the time to do that. This is going to help you move ahead in both areas of your life. And that if you are one of those people who turns out to be a complete workaholic, you do need to slow down. Remember I said this. If you are one of those Lotharios and Miss Drop Her Panties for anybody, you still need to slow down, okay, and think about what it is that you're doing. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm not trying to tell you what you can or can't do. But I think perhaps maybe with these three cards together, the message is that whatever you're, if you're, and let's say if you're jumping from relationship to relationship, you know, stop, slow down. It may feel good, you know, but you know it's really not good for you in some respects. So you're being asked to stop and take a look at that. Now, I wanted to look at what was on the bottom of the deck. And we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, we all know, relates back to childhood memories, nostalgia, times of feeling well. That's where this devil and the Lothario and the Lotharia cards come in, you know, the serial dater people. What feels good. But at the same time, I look at this card as a opportunity to learn a soul lesson and be catapulted to the next level in your life, okay? And maybe that's why all of these cards have come out. We see, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. So there are definite lessons here to be learned. It's going to be up to you to figure out what area you need to concentrate on, what you need to be on the lookout for. I'm going to close this. This is a new deck of cards. It's called the Shaman Dream Oracle. I like them a lot. I don't know all the meanings by heart. So for that person who wrote and said they didn't like the fact that I was reading out of the book for the Heart Oracle, I don't care. I'm going to shuffle these and see if I can pull up an overall energy reading, and I will have to read it from the book. Now, I know that this is not as detailed as it normally is. These are just general trends, but I would like to hear back from you on this if anything resonated. If it did resonate with you, then I will continue to do these, but I'll add perhaps the Sibila cards or some other type of oracle cards in so that perhaps we can glean a little bit more information. But these are just general things that are going on, that could be going on, that may possibly already be occurring or are going to occur in the month of October. And the thing about eclipses, we have one, like I said, September 13th. This eclipse is going all the way back to the, hold on, I got the notes, hold on. This is going to be a partial solar eclipse in the sign of Virgo, okay? Anything running along the Virgo Pisces axis, and if you've got Virgo in your chart, even if you're a Taurus or a Capricorn, this may affect you in some way. It goes all the way back to the partial solar eclipse, to the total solar eclipse of March 20th. Now, I don't know what y'all was doing on March 20th, but I had March 20th began one of the strangest 6-month cycles I have ever experienced in my entire life. And eclipses can last. It's a 6-month period all the way up to 3 years. For as long as the eclipse lasts, if it lasts 3 hours, that could extend all the way out to 3 years. So think back, if you can, to where you were and what you were doing on March 20th, and expect that this cycle may be coming back up again, okay? Because the universe is giving you an opportunity now to eclipse out all of those things that no longer serve you. Yes? Serial dating, workaholic, cheating, lying, perhaps drug use. If you need to get a divorce, maybe it's time to let that person walk on. Heal yourself and regain your confidence. Okay. Now, I want to give you this last bit of information because on September 28th, we have a total lunar eclipse. That is going to, it goes all the way back to the total lunar eclipse of April 4th. I'm going to tell you something. March 20th through April 4th of 2015 really was the strangest. If I told you, you wouldn't believe it. It was the strangest time period I've ever experienced in my life. So it's coming up again, and I know exactly what I need to redo and work on. So I wanted to kind of throw that out to you. I'm not exactly sure where this total lunar eclipse is going to fall in September. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to also be in Virgo, if it's going to be in a completely different sign. I forgot to look that up. But with that said, oh my God, I can't read. We know that we have some transits going on. I wrote those down. We know that Venus is going to be coming out of retrograde on September 6th. You want to give maybe 2 to 3 days on the side of that where she goes direct before you have any decisions to make or moving forward. Mercury is going to be going retrograde in Libra from September 15th to October 9th. I don't even know how many days that is, but I know I got to get my stuff fixed, my computer. Saturn, for you Scorpies, I know you're going to be happy. Anybody that has Scorpio in their chart, because I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So if you know any Scorpios, tell them. Saturn is finally going to be coming direct October 9th, and it is going to be going into the sign of Sagittarius. That is my south node. So again, my chart's going to be activated. Uranus is retrograde, which I have in my 8th house, from July 25th to December 25th. That's a long transit. Neptune is retrograde in Pisces, and Neptune rules Pisces from June 25th to November 18th. And Pluto will finally be coming out of retrograde, where it's been in Capricorn since April 16th. It'll be coming out of retrograde on September 24th. And there's a bunch of people on YouTube talking about the end of the world is coming, and it's going to be. They're basing that around this planetary alignment of Pluto coming out of retrograde, the eclipses, and this Jupiter cycle. So, you know, just be aware. If you don't know where those points fall in your chart, you know, if you have a chart, great. If you don't, try to find yourself one where you can free online and you can get that information. And then Pam Gregory, who is an astrologer, she's been an astrologer for 40 years, has a great little series. It's 2 videos that cost $10 that can show you how to figure out where these transits work in your chart, what areas are going to come in, and where you may be affected. Please let me hear back from you on this reading. I'm kind of not sure about it. I'm going to go ahead and pull this Oracle card because I'm already running up at 35 minutes. It's called The Dancer. I don't don't know if you can see that. A reconciliation. You cannot see the words, but it's called the Dancer of Reconciliation. I'm so sorry, that's crappy. Let's see what the Dancer has to tell us here. That's a great message, I think, already. Without reconciliation, we can spend a great deal of time in no man's land of strife and disillusion. We reconcile ourselves to many things in life without realizing it. Trivial things that go wrong at home or work or that push us into difficult places. Yet, reconciling ourselves to things we cannot change, loss, death, shifts in fortune, at many levels is an essential stage of learning on our life's journey. The Dancer of Reconciliation stands as a force of restoration, a healing presence that offers us the insight to understand the true nature of our grievances and the power to mend them. The key words are balance restored, anger dissolved, oh wow, resolution of wrongs, inner certainty, resolving doubt and confusion, strengthening bonds, yes, bringing harmony and peacemaking. And really this card right here speaks to all those things. This is what the card says. I am the Dancer of Reconciliation. I dance between those who have grown apart, between tribe and tribe, person and person, nation and nation. I seek out those who are estranged and restore the balance that has been lost. To all who feel crushed beneath the weight of dissolution and separation, I offer the opportunity to restore shape and form to broken bonds. I also bring the means of righting old wrongs and grievances, through which processes we may grow stronger. I hope that this helped you, and I really hope this reading resonates with some of you. So please let me hear from you. I hope to be feeling better here within a couple of days. I have a doctor's appointment on Friday, so we're just going to see. Let me hear back from you, and until next time, be good to yourselves, and namaste, travelers.